Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joseph and it's great to have you here. Today I'm joined by two assistants, the door and my little stand-in for the person on the other side of the door, Timmy, the Lego minifig. Now as you know by clicking on this video, I'm talking about the INTJ door slam and door slam just in general. But to start that off, let's go and show exactly what that would look like. So, Timmy, if you would, please. And now, with the help of Mr. Door, everybody say goodbye to Timmy. And that's just what the door slam looks like. Let's get started. The door slam. Probably the most infamous term in all of the personality community. Now, to get everybody up to speed, just in case someone doesn't know, door slam is where one person takes and completely cuts out another person out of their life with usually little to no warning. And because of that, it's like slamming a door on somebody. Literally cutting them away from their life. The majority of the time, this is actually associated with the INFJ personality type. But in doing research for this video, I found out that it's not just the INFJ personality that can do it, it's all of them. And there's reasons for that. And those are what I want to go over today. To start off with, when thinking about this video, I realized that one thing that kind of defines the door slam is that it's an equation of the time that you're putting in plus the effort that you're putting into a relationship winds up equaling something that feels like a waste, that looks like a waste to you. There's no point to it anymore. That is the basis behind the door slam being initiated. The truth behind the door slam is actually the complete opposite of what the description is for it. And I'm going to try to break down the phases of what happens when one person winds up cutting out another person out of their life. Now, to start with, you imagine two people in a really good relationship. If you want to imagine yourself in a relationship with someone else, whether it's friendship or otherwise, however you want to imagine it, start off with that. Two people on equal footing in a really good relationship, friendship, whatever, that they are exchanging ideas and thoughts and just time and effort equally. Now, at some point in time, that starts to become an imbalance where one person is giving more than the other, or one person is demanding more from the other. When this happens, you start into the phase of the door slam. You start into phase one of how the door slam starts to come into being, where one person is giving more than the other, or one person is asking more than the other. Usually, what it amounts to is the imbalance is the set off for this. The person that's asking too much or not putting in the effort is usually the one that's going to wind up being removed from the relationship. And the other person that is doing more or is not asking for as much is the one that winds up door slamming the other person. But phase one is the start of an imbalance, where two people suddenly shift slightly to one doing more or one asking more or whatever. The imbalance there is what phase one is. It just starts to slowly change, the relationship does. Now, as that imbalance starts to set in, it moves into the second phase, where the demands or the pressure starts increasing, and the person that's eventually going to get removed from the relationship by the other person, where the door starts to slam, is where the person that's going to slam the door starts asking for space or time, needing a way of getting away from the slowly building level of toxicity. Now, it happens very incrementally, and there's no real way to completely gauge it. It can happen over the space of a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, even a couple of hours. There's no definite, defined timeline to this. It just slowly starts happening as the two parties just start moving apart from each other because of the different needs. Now, that's a key point. When someone is not meeting another person's needs, there starts to become a distance between the two. Usually, the person that's going to get door slammed starts to become more needy or dependent or something on the other person as they start to see the separation and the void grow. Now, that's the second phase. But where does the door slam actually come into place? As these two people separate, and the person that is going to wind up being the person doing the door slam, they start to tell the other person that they need space, that they need time, that they need the other person to change in a way that's beneficial, that's growth, so that they can both eventually try to get back to settling into an even plane, where they're both back at an even level. But unfortunately, as the walls start building and the distance starts growing, that balance becomes really, really different. It slowly goes from an equal footing and slowly goes to one being completely away from the other in balance. Now, at that highest level of imbalance is when the door slam happens. It's when the equation of time plus effort equals waste comes in. When that happens, the person that has pushed away, that has pulled away from the other person, slams the door. But if we look back at phase 2 of this process, you'll notice that I said that there is warning that is given. There is one person, the person doing the door slam, telling the other person that they need something. They need something from the other person to be given back so that a balance can be maintained or come back to a balance. Because this doesn't happen, because the imbalance continues to grow, that's where the person on the end that needs to do the door slam just cuts the other person out of their life, because there's no ultimate point to the relationship anymore. There is too much of a gap, there's too much difference. All the degrees of separation have happened to such an extent, and there's such an imbalance in the relationship that the door slam is just an inevitable thing. Well, that does it for today's video. If you've ever been door slammed or done the door slamming yourself, let me know. Drop that comment in the comments section down below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But on behalf of myself, my assistants, the door, and Timmy, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.